From the quotes of Steve Maraboli, happiness can be found in the simplest things. Today we're talking about JoMalone, Velvet Rose, and Ooh. Let's go. Welcome back, collectors. Welcome back. My name is Earl, and this is The Casual Collector. I love the fall and the winter time because it's a great time to wear and discover the sexiest fragrances. So I'm ready to jump right into my review of JoMalone's Velvet Rose and Oud. So it comes in this box. It comes actually with the ribbon around it, but the ribbon had to go. As far as the bottle, it comes in this darkly tinted bottle with the logo on the front, the scan code and ingredients from the bottom, and nothing around the back or the sides with the silver top, obviously. And the atomizer spray is like this. So the atomizer isn't necessarily a pressurized atomizer, but if you hold down on it just a little bit, then it'll spray a tad bit. And if you go for a full squeeze, then you get a full spray. And the best thing about this fragrance, it only carries 4 notes, or at least 4 listed notes. The notes are a damask rose, clove, praline, and smoky oud. It's hard to believe this fragrance only has 4 notes. It opens with a combination of all 4 notes. All 4 notes make themselves present. The clove, the praline, the oud, and especially the rose. The rose and the praline are definitely the star players in the performance of this fragrance. The oud kind of plays the background, but the oud is definitely there. I think this is a great introduction to oud for people who aren't really sure about oud or may have had maybe a bad first impression with oud. Like me, I know my first impression of oud wasn't great. But had I started out with something like this, it probably wouldn't have taken me so long to really grow into oud, or at least I would have known there's a difference between beautifully well constructed oud and skanky, unnecessary oud. So this fragrance is definitely fall, winter appropriate, or spring, summer, night appropriate. This thing is sexy, it's mature. This is definitely something that you would want to dress up. I would definitely wear this to an occasion. This is sophisticated to me. This is sophisticated sexiness. And as you can tell, I probably had a hard time saying that, so I won't try to say it 3 times. But definitely, yeah, I'm gonna try it. Sophisticated sexiness. There you go. So cool. While I know some of you guys are still kind of on the fence about floral fragrances, especially rose fragrances, this fragrance right here is the one that you tell your grandmother, step aside. Roses become sexy, it's become modern, and it's become masculine. This rose right here, the praline, as far as I remember, I know praline was more suited for some of the female fragrances. This fragrance is a unisex. I could definitely see a man or a woman pulling this off. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna wear the hell out of this, but I can see my girl wearing it, and or any other type of woman, and it'll come off just as great. It may seem appropriate for a woman, but strong, confident men is gonna pull this off, especially in a nice suit. You want to be dressed well for this fragrance. Yeah, so to me, this is definitely an occasion style fragrance. And the performance and projection kind of lends to that too. So as far as projection, I got a good hour, maybe hour and a half projection out of it. The great thing about this fragrance though, when it dries down, it does not dry down directly to a skin scent. It actually takes a while to do so. So as far as actual longevity, I got about 7 hours out of it. So it's enough time for you to get dressed, get ready to head out to whatever occasion it is, a wedding, a fancy dinner, something where you're gonna be dressed up, looking really well, beautifully groomed, and smelling great. And even when this fragrance dries down completely to what would be considered a skin scent, I was still getting all 4 notes in spurts, depending on how I moved around. I was still getting some of that praline. Definitely had the presence of the woody, oudy notes, but I was still picking up some of the clove. And like I said, the rose pretty much plays a star role from the beginning to the end. I tried this fragrance a couple of times in my local Nordstrom's, and I knew it was one of those fragrances that I had to have. What kind of made me pull the trigger, me and my wife, we were out maybe about a week or 2 ago, and so she had never really had any experience with JoMalone fragrances. And so I had to test in them, and when this came across, at first she was like, I don't know, it might have to grow on me. came back around to it on the dry down on the test strip, and then she just fell completely in love with it. When I sprayed it on today, she once again fell right in love with it. Actually, even sprayed it on herself because she was like, "This fragrance is awesome." So this may be one of those fragrances that we share, or I might just have to get her another bottle. So as far as pricing, if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I've started to dial back because I want to add so many fragrances to my collection, or I just want to add really good fragrances to my collections. I don't always have to get the biggest bottles. I don't think I'm gonna wear all of my fragrances down. This one definitely will get a pretty good wearing, but this is a 50 ml bottle and it retails for $135. The 100 ml bottle retails for $195. I haven't seen this fragrance discounted in too many places, and even with the discount, it was only a few dollars off. So if you have to have those few dollars off, you could definitely search around. And I'll look again and add it to the description if I could find the discounted sites again for this fragrance. But this fragrance, you probably won't find discounted too heavily, so you have to pay retail. Good thing about it though, buying this retail, especially directly from JoMalone like I did, it comes with gifts. So I bought myself this, I bought my wife a fragrance, then it came with like 3 samples, and then another little small minor set of 2 cologne fragrances, which they were categorized as cologne, but they're definitely parfums because they were definitely in my wife's direction, as well as some body cream, I believe it is, like a small canister of body cream. So you may pay retail, but you get gifts. So now as far as ratings, how will I rate it? I give this a 10 out of 10, strictly and absolutely for the fragrance. I could say presentation was kind of okay because the box is just a typical plastic box. I could say the bottle is, nothing to like really rave home about. But the fragrance is a 10 out of 10. So I could exclude all of those other elements out of my rating and just go straight for the fragrance. This is one that I definitely think you will enjoy, especially if you like a gourmandy type fragrance. To me, this leans gourmandy. It doesn't have a whole lot of gourmandy notes. It don't have a whole lot of notes, period. But it have the right notes, they hit the right spots, and they produce the right results to me. So JoMalone, Velvet Rose, and Oud, 10 out of 10. So guys, that is my review on JoMalone's Velvet Rose and Oud. I definitely think you should pick it up. You could go to a Nordstrom's or maybe a Saks or Bloomingdale's if you have those places in your area. Sample it if you don't have experience with those notes or don't know if it'll suit your liking. I just don't see many people not liking it. But yeah, sample it first. I think it'd be something that you'll be really interested in picking up. And for a high-end fragrance, if you get a 50 ml, which I think could be enough, $135 isn't too bad. That's about the same you'll pay for a high-priced designer fragrance. So until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I drop videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, when you get ready to step out into the world, be sure to smell good and smile. I'm out.